I'd like the Oberth-class vessel. I'd like a Miranda-class ship. I'd like a Constitution-class. Captain's log, stardate 2967.5. Weapons of war do not recognize truces, ceasefires, or peace treaties. They're capable of killing millennia after their wars have been forgotten. Our mission involves these weapons. We must neutralize several dangerous minefields that are threatening Federation space.
Message from Starbase, Captain.
Entering System 1222, Captain. Entering System 1622, Captain.
You have completed your mission. Return to Starbase. Target the weapon system. Disable the weapons and then tractor the mind controller into your hold. You have destroyed the mind controller. Next time, use a lower power setting on your phasers. You have failed your mission. Return to Starbase. You have completed your mission in this system. Proceed to System 1622. Systems remain which have not been cleared of mines. Return to them and clear them as quickly as possible. You have successfully tractored the mind controller. Starfleet will be pleased. Warp to System S1222 by pressing keys Shift and W to engage warp. Your course is automatically plotted by your navigator if it is a mission objective. After entering the system, go to Red Alert by pressing the A key and then the R key. Target a mine. Use the keypad 0 or period keys to cycle through targets. The targeted item will have a square around it. If the square is red, it is in phaser range. If the red square has crosshairs, the target is in photon torpedo range. The keypad plus keys selects the nearest target. These mines fire weapons at the ship and explode in close proximity to the ship. Do not approach them too closely. Button 1 on the joystick will fire phasers, and button 2 will fire the photon torpedoes. Each ship has a limited complement of photon torpedoes on board, so use them sparingly. After destroying all mines, target the first mine controller. Switch to disabling phasers by pressing the F key. Note, photon torpedoes do not have a disabling mode. Using photon torpedoes on a disabled ship will destroy it. Once the mind controller is disabled, Starfleet will order you to go to System S1622. Warp to System S1622 by pressing Shift and W. Target and destroy all mines once more. Disable second mind controller. Tractor the mind controller. While the controller is targeted and within 2,000 units, press the T key. Warp to Starbase by pressing Shift and W. Hail Starbase by pressing keys H, then 1. Report your mission accomplished.
Mine destroyed, Captain. Captain, the mind controller is disabled. Captain, the mind controller is destroyed.
You have just stolen an artifact and endangered a planet, and you expect me to take your protest seriously? Save it for the courts, Markai. If you don't surrender now, you won't be given a second chance. Freighter Kaizag, this is the USS Banting. We request that you stand down immediately and surrender. Stop whining, Markai. We still have power in our phaser bank, and I'd hate to see it go to waste. You can't hide behind Federation law, Markai. Your actions show that you're nothing but a common thief. Federation law also gives me the right to demand your surrender. I'm not interested in playing games with you, Markai. I want your surrender, and I want it now. Federation law? You violated a restricted zone, stolen alien artifacts, endangered a planet. Your posturing doesn't impress me one little bit, Markai. Your ship is barely intact, Markai. It won't survive another hit. Why don't you just surrender? If that's what you want, well, of course I'd be willing to accept the surrender. Surrender or die, Markai! Starbase 12, this is Captain Forrester of the USS Banting. A radioactive buoy from the Kelsey Collective is about to crash into the atmosphere of Onyx 2. I'm requesting further instructions before proceeding. Starbase 12, a radioactive buoy has just detonated in the atmosphere of Onyx 2. What are your instructions? Starbase 12, we've got a radioactive buoy from the Kelsey Collective locked in our tractor beams. I would like further instructions before proceeding. Starfleet, this is USS Banting. I request further instructions. Captain's log, stardate 2980.6. We've been assigned to the Huron system to replace a faulty probe that monitors a field of artifacts. We expect an uneventful mission.
The Kaizag is hailing us. They're not returning our hails, Captain.
That's a violation of Federation law.
We have the buoy in our tractor beam, sir. The buoy has been released, sir. Captain, we can't release a buoy so close to a planet. Entering Huron system, Captain. The edge of the Kelsey Collective Artifact Field is dead ahead, Captain. The buoy has been returned to the Artifacts Field. Now entering Onyx system, Captain.
USS Banting, take the object to a safe distance from Onyx 2, then destroy it. A rescue ship will be dispatched immediately. Return to Starbase 12, Banting. We'll refit you to assist in the operation. Banting, this is Starbase 12. Complete all mission objectives, then return to Starbase. Warp to the Huron system by pressing Shift and W. Target a buoy or probe debris by pressing either the keyboard / and asterisk keys or the keypad 0 or period keys. Non-hostile targets and non-ship targets are selected using the keyboard / or asterisk keys. Do not target Artifact Buoy 1. Launch a replacement probe by pressing the P key. Probes are modified photon torpedoes without the warhead, so they are also taken from your photon complement. Don't use them recklessly. Follow the Kaizag to the Onyx system. Capture the artifact buoy before it hits the planet. Go to yellow alert by pressing the A and then Y keys, and target the artifact buoy by pressing the keypad 0 or period keys. Then get within 2,000 units and tractor beam the buoy by using the T key. Then hail Starfleet by pressing the H and then 1 keys. Take the buoy a safe distance from the planet. Sturek will tell you when, and come to a full stop by pressing 5 on the keypad or the tilde key. Release the probe by pressing the T key again after you are at a complete stop. Go to red alert by pressing keys A, then R. Target the buoy by pressing the keypad 0 and period, and destroying it using your phasers and photon torpedoes. Target the Kaizag by pressing the keypad 0 and period keys. Accelerate to full speed by pressing O on the keyboard, and chase it down before it escapes. Try hailing him by pressing H and then 2 when you are within 10,000 units. Switch to disabling phasers by pressing F. Criminals should not be attacked with deadly force unless they are an immediate danger to your ship or the Federation. Now attack him until he hails you. Return the Kaizag's hail by pressing H, then 2. Request the captain to surrender. Be diplomatic, but firm. Warp to Starbase by pressing Shift and W. Warp to Starbase by pressing Shift and W. Hail Starfleet by pressing H, then 1, when you are in front of the base, and report your mission accomplished.
Captain, the object has entered Onyx atmosphere. The planetary ecosystem has been contaminated. Captain, sensors are detecting a freighter within the restricted zone. It is the Kaizag, a stolen freighter that was reported missing stardate 5680.2. Captain, it is removing a marker buoy. Captain, the Kaizag has gone into warp. It is set course for the Onyx system. That is unnecessary, Captain. The replacement probe is already in position. Replacement probe launched. Mission objective complete. Captain, the freighter has released the artifact. It is heading directly for Onyx 2. The buoy is already within the planet's gravity well. We must pull the object away from the planet. Approaching object. Radiation approaching hazardous levels. We have received a lethal dose of radiation. It is now safe to destroy the object. The object has entered Onyx 2's gravity well. It is only a matter of time before the buoy will burn up in the atmosphere and contaminate the entire planet. Impact upon Onyx 2's atmosphere is imminent, Captain. 15 seconds to impact, sir. 10 seconds until the object hits the atmosphere. 5 seconds until the object hits the atmosphere. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. Captain, the Kaizag is following us. That is strictly against Starfleet regulations, Captain. Klingon bird of prey decloaking.
Open a channel. Captain's log, stardate 4055.4. A long, bloody war with the Klingons is probably the Federation's greatest fear. And once again, an incursion from the Klingons has brought us to the brink. On screen, Lieutenant.
Captain, I've lost contact with the freighter Auriga. Incoming message from Starfleet, Captain. Priority 2. Captain, I've lost contact with the freighter Drake. We're to proceed to the Epsilon system, Captain. Starfleet says that we're to intercept the Klingon cruiser and rescue Governor Ryan. Starfleet orders us to remain at Epsilon and assist any distressed ships. Starfleet orders us to return to Starbase 234. Captain, I'm getting a transmission beamed on all channels from Klingon space. Captain, I'm receiving a distress signal from the Medusan freighter Auriga in Beta Epsilon. It's being attacked by a Klingon bird of prey. Captain, Epsilon 4 reports they've been attacked by Klingons. Governor Ryan has been taken prisoner and is being transported back to the command ship. They're not talking, Captain. The Medusans request immediate assistance. The Medusans wish us luck, Captain. The Medusans thank us for our assistance, Captain. Captain, the freighter reports that all is well. Captain, I'm receiving a signal, but it's too garbled to read. Captain, I'm receiving a distress signal from the freighter Drake in Gamma Epsilon. It's being attacked by a Klingon bird of prey.
Entering the Epsilon system. Entering Beta Epsilon system. Entering Gamma Epsilon system.
USS Agincourt, this is Starfleet. A Romulan ship has just attacked the Federation research base on Pascal 2. The attack on Epsilon was just a diversion. Return to base immediately. Starfleet out.
Captain, the Klingons have warped back into Klingon space. With Governor Ryan. The Klingon is moving to intercept us. The Klingon vessel is destroyed. And Governor Ryan is dead. The D7 shields are down, and we are now able to transport Governor Ryan aboard. We have him. A Klingon bird of prey is attacking the freighter. I'm reading a debris field, Captain. It is the remains of the Auriga. Captain, the bird of prey is moving to intercept us. I'm reading a debris field, Captain. It is the remains of the Drake.
Captain's log, stardate 3551.3. We are on a mission to intercept an intruder into Federation space, and we hope learn more about the reasons for the Klingon-Romulan invasion. Starbase 234, this is the USS Agincourt. We have completed our mission. Starbase 234, this is the USS Agincourt. The Romulan has escaped, but we have engaged 2 Klingon cruisers and have some information. Returning home. Starbase 234, this is the USS Agincourt, checking in. We're continuing on our mission. Go on. Lieutenant McGee, pass on Mr. Sturck's plan to the Alexandria and the Rutherford. We'll conduct the search. They'll remain on station. What is it, Mr. Sturck? Nice try, Katara, but I've seen better bluffs. Klingon vessel, you are in violation of the Organian Peace Treaty. Surrender at once. Lieutenant McGee, hail the Romulan. Commander Parax, what do you have to say about this? Very well. We will release the Romulan to you.
Captain, the Romulan has self-destructed.
Captain, the commanding officers of the Alexandria and the Rutherford are standing by. Yes, sir. Captain, we're being hailed by the Klingons. Audio channels only. Captain, the patrol's transponder codes match one of the ships that crossed the Federation border with the invasion fleet. I have Commander Parax, Captain. The Alexandria wants us to watch where we're aiming. The Rutherford wants us to watch where we're aiming. I'm receiving a message from Starfleet. We're to return to Starbase immediately.
The Romulan is decloaking, sir.
I am Katara, captain of the Klingon war cruiser Patrol. The Romulan is an ally of the traitor Kumas. Surrender him now, or be destroyed. But you shall not live to see another. We Klingons do not know the meaning of that word. How honorable of you.
Entering the Pascal system.
Captain Forrester, at this time I have but one thing to say. Since our repairs are now complete, Subcommander Dolan, engage warp drive now.
Captain, I have a theory on how we might find the Romulan. It could be an anomaly, or it could be the Romulan. We should try to localize our search. Captain, 2 Klingon D7s have just warped into the system. The Romulan has gone into warp, Captain. A Klingon D7 has warped out of the system. We hit something, Captain. I suspect it was the Romulan. A sensor anomaly briefly appeared to port, Captain. A sensor anomaly briefly appeared to starboard, Captain. A sensor anomaly briefly appeared ahead, Captain. A sensor anomaly briefly appeared astern, Captain. A sensor anomaly briefly appeared above, Captain. A sensor anomaly briefly appeared below, Captain. These are the remains of the USS Demeter. It was destroyed by a barrage of Romulan plasma torpedoes. Captain, we've found the Romulan.
Captain, something is warping into the system.
Sir, a Romulan warbird is decloaking. Captain, Markai has left the system. He has escaped. The D7 has triggered an auto-destruct sequence, Captain.